Alright, this is the Neo 4 DJ controller system. Comes in 2 bags. These 2 bags here with the MC on them. This thicker bag here is for the center portion, and the longer, slender bag here is for the top piece. So 2 bags. This is how it packs up in my car. All I need is this and my speaker system. Never mind that EV sub in the back, just these 2 here are what we're looking at. So let's open up the bag. I've already unzipped it, and the first thing you'll see is the base plate. This is the base plate. It is made of wood, plywood. Looks like it's 2 pieces. Got the top piece here, then he's got glued and screwed the bottom piece. On the bottom, there's some rubber footing. And I like that it has this piece of fabric, this cushioned fabric here, separating the base plate or the floor plate, whatever you want to call it. We'll just set this down here on the floor. Do that there. Okay. And those little slots, those cutouts there, that's so that the rack portion, excuse my wire, my cable management, I don't do such a great job because it's not in view of my clients. But we turn around here. This is the rack unit, and it is a bee's nest, but we'll plop that out, and I can almost do this one-handedly, with one hand. Even with, I've got a receiver system, I've got a drawer, a mess of cables, I've got a Furman power strip, I've got a antenna distribution system, and the TV inside there in the back. And it's got handles. I can do this pretty much with one hand. Get that out of there with one hand. Okay. That's what we look like there. And I've got one hand on my cell phone. I can probably carry this. We'll see, with one hand. I've got lots of things I can grip onto. Probably get 2 hands there, carry it here. And on the bottom, you got the same cutouts, so you can really carry it. I'll grab it by a meaty part. Yep, one hand, so it's not very heavy as I'm carrying it and holding the cell phone. And I'm going to insert it into those little grooves there carefully. I've got it in there. You guys can see, just slide it forward. And forgive my dogs. My dogs are eager. Alright, so let's take a look. They're eager to get out. Alright, so this is the setup here. And this is what the client sees from the front. So you've got the base plate. You've got the center portion, or whatever you call that. And back around to my wires. And basically everything's hardwired connected. Run one XLR out to the left speaker, another out to the right, or sometimes I'll run them both out to the left speaker and just mix out. Okay. You guys are pros. Okay, so these screws here, this is what connects the top plate, and there's also one at the bottom plate. So once I move these out of the way, you got a screw in there. You get one of these hand screws, here, and you pop it in there. And you guys get the idea. You screw that down, and that holds the bottom plate to this center portion. So you got one at the bottom and you got one at the top. Now the top you do from the underside. Screw that from the underside there. So let's go ahead and get our top plate. Alright, now here is the bag for the top plate that holds your controller. So I've already unzipped it. And what I want to show you before I take it out are these straps. These straps will hold in any controller, so you can keep your controller inside of the top plate, inside of the bag. Now it does make it a little heavier, but to each his own. Saves you a step. So I'll just remove those. And again, very lightweight. I can do this with one hand. I've got plenty of attachment points to grab. I've got a handle here. You can use two hands, grab the sides, but to show you how light it is, now I will just use one handle. Very light. I'm going to set the camera down so I can set this properly onto the unit. So here is the unit all set up. Got a slot here for your laptop. Got some holes to run out whatever cabling you want. Okay. Modern console has put in their logo. On the inside, there is a LED light strip. Light strip there. You can see that. Plenty of holes and cutouts to allow heat to escape. I like that. Some Velcro. It did come with some blocks for height, but I don't need them because my controller sits perfectly at this height. So it appears to be flush mounted. And here's that screw. Again, to lock in the top piece to the center portion. And again, you don't want to put it down this way because obviously your controller is not going to fit. So you screw this from the underside. And it's a nice size hole to run all your cables from your controller down to power. My dogs are going crazy. I gotta end this. But you get the point, Ricky. This one's for Ricky Bobby. See you next time. Let me know if you need any measurements or anything.